And at 10 o'clock, we welcome you to Fox 10 Talks. The scene that unfolded earlier this week in northern Arizona really was like something out of a movie. There was a train heist that these guys thought they could get away with until they were collared. Law enforcement was watching the whole thing go down, and we've got an exclusive interview coming up with the Navajo County Sheriff's Department just in the next couple of minutes. So hi, everybody. I'm Ron Hoon. Syleste is going to be joining in a few minutes. We're glad you're starting your 10 a.m. hour with us. We got plenty to talk about this morning. There are a lot of headlines happening, both locally here with gas prices, with the arrest of a Phoenix Suns player overnight and the mugshot released. We've got all of that coming up. And then our poll question has to do with this. Now that Kristi Noem is gone, is it time for a deal to fund Department of Homeland Security? Grab that QR code. What do you think? 72% say, yeah, she's gone, and we're at war. Protect the homeland now. 26% say no, war or not. Democrats need to hold out for changes at ICE. And 2% say there's got to be some room for compromise on both sides. Get it done. I also want to mention that the T-shirt giveaway continues. Because we're now on Fox 10, we decided let's have a little celebration with these T-shirts. So if you go to fox10phoenix.com/contest and enter, we are randomly picking winners every day this week. And by the way, next week as well. But you do need to go to fox10phoenix.com/contest to enter. And by the end of the hour, we will announce our winning names just a little bit later. But let's get on to that story this morning that sure has people talking. I mean, when the headlines came in just the other day here's the map, by the way. It's Holbrook, Flagstaff. I'm sure you've driven on the 40 at least once in your life up there in northern Arizona. And then there's the just the little town of Joseph City, just a pleasant little town right off the I-40 with the train tracks there. But boy, did they pull off a law enforcement coup. Deputies working with Homeland Security learned about the possibility of a train heist of a Burlington Northern Santa Fe freight train. Now, this has been going on a lot over the last couple of years in Arizona and in some other kind of lonely stretches of those railroad tracks in our country. But boy, this time around, they did a great job in terms of getting the arrest made. So what we did was decide to invite Randy Moffitt to join us. He is the Chief Sheriff's Deputy of Navajo County. And Deputy Moffitt, thanks for your time.
No, thank you, Ron. It's great to talk to you, and thanks for giving us a little bit of attention about what our great deputies are doing in Navajo County.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
I can tell you, I mean, you're hearing a lot of kudos all over the state, I think, because of the way you pieced it all together. So let's start at the beginning. How did you guys first get word that maybe something like this was going to go down? And after a number of, frankly, unfortunately, successful heists, be able to swoop in and make the arrest? But let's start at the beginning of the story, would you?
You know, it really starts with we received some information that a train was going to be stopped and taking a break right around the Joseph City area and the Jackrabbit area, which is just a little bit further to the west of Joseph City. Once we found out that train was stopped, we received information that there was possibly going to be a burglary. We had some great agents from Homeland Security, Coconino County Sheriff's Office, and then our deputies as well started moving into the area. They found evidence that these suspects were in the area, and it went on from there. So I'll let you ask me what you want from there.
Great. Okay, so you get the tip, and maybe at this point you don't want to reveal exactly where it came in. Yes, so often one tip can really help to lead to a case developing and then arrest being made. But all right, so you get the tip. And then you do the stakeout. Now, Syleste and I have been talking about this story since it first came in a couple of days ago. And I've been trying to kind of visualize like a movie scene, but not a movie scene. But, I mean, were you guys literally whether it's your deputies or others that were there in field, were you parked nearby? Were you further back with binoculars? How did you actually observe the crime as it was underway?
Well, I don't think we want to cover everything that we're doing up here because we want to catch and apprehend more individuals doing that.
Yeah.
But we did receive information they were in the area. We stayed back out of the area until the actual crime was occurring, and then we had the basically the go signal, and that's when our deputies started moving in, and that's when they really started noting that there was a ton of individuals in that area. This is really a rural area, and it's just not normal to have that many individuals in that area. So they started moving in, and of course, as you can read and as you know, a small pursuit ensued, and we were able to stick the vehicle, get it stopped, and then they being the suspects chose to go off on a foot pursuit in this area. And one of the biggest fatal flaws that they made, or one of the biggest mistakes that they made, is our deputies, they live in these communities, they patrol these communities, and they really care about what occurs within their communities. And trust me, they know every little hiding spot in the world because they are small communities. And they started apprehending individuals, and they started finding them. And it's really just a huge success story between the Coconino County Sheriff's Office, Homeland Security Investigations, and the Navajo County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah. Okay.
We started finding them, and it was really great to not allow them to continue to get away with this crime spree. And I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, no, it's all great. I totally understand you don't want to give away some of the techniques that you're using beforehand, but let's talk just a little bit more. Once they realized, that they were in either pursuit or on the verge of capture. So kind of walk me through that part of it, just in terms of deputies then were on scene, what I would assume within just a minute or two as the heist was kind of wrapping up. It looks like whoever had eyes on them, I don't know if that was you guys or Homeland Security or whatever, you watched while they almost completed the job, because the back of that U-Haul truck shows that it was jam-packed with, by the way, what were they stealing?
So they were stealing some very high dollar sportswear and high dollar tennis shoes and stuff. And, as you can see from the back of that truck and also that cargo Freightliner, they can unload those things in a matter of 5 to 6 minutes. So timing is absolutely critical and essential to making all this happen. So that's why we were wanting to catch these individuals in the act. And as it turned out, they decided that it'd be a good idea to try to flee. And we were prepared for a direction of travel. We were prepared for which way they were going to go, and we were able to stop that vehicle from getting any further out, or, and most importantly, they were on the 2 tracks along the railroad, so we didn't let that go on to the interstate or anywhere else or anywhere close. We kept everybody safe, and most importantly, our community safe as well.
Okay, so Syleste joins us well. Now, Syleste, we're on with Randy Moffitt. He is the chief sheriff's deputy up there in Navajo County. Doesn't want to talk about everything they did leading up to it,
yes,
to not give away too much of the investigative techniques. But we are kind of starting to hone in now on once they moved in. Mm-hmm. So talk to us just a little bit about that. Was it a very short chase? Was it partially, getting after their vehicle as they tried to drive away? Was it more on foot? And when you've got 8 different suspects, I would bet at some point they all tried to scramble off in different directions. But you tell us what that was all like.
So as you mentioned previously, Ron, we have had these occur earlier, so we kind of we were able to identify a pattern of which direction they were going to run. We suspected they were going to go to some places, and we sealed that off very quickly to protect our citizens. Once the vehicle started taking off, we utilized our stop sticks, and we were able to deflate the tires on that vehicle. And then they opted to flee that vehicle and go out on foot. And that was really, really a bad decision for them, because our deputies and our canines and Homeland Security investigation, we were able to track them down really, really quickly. Like I say, I'm really proud of our deputies because they live in those areas. They have been there for years and years. And, you talk about a resident deputy knowing where people are going to run to go and hide. They were able to quickly eliminate all of those locations and apprehend individuals.
Sheriff Moffitt, is there, a lot of times you train for different situations, right? You train for domestic violence situations. You train to rescue people in mountainous situations. Is this a situation where you guys are trained? Do you train specifically for these type of situations? We haven't seen something like this since, the 1800s.
It's a big takedown.
I would really love to tell you that we do a ton of training, but we really do rely on our canines and those expertise behind those dogs to track people down. And those dogs, luckily and fortunately, none of these individuals were bitten.
Yeah.
They chose to give up rather than face the consequences of that canine that we were running. So that worked out really well to us. Our handlers are incredible. This is the stuff they train for. This is when people take off. The first thing most law enforcement agencies are asking for is, do we have a canine in the area?
Okay, so
on Monday night, I will tell you the answer was absolutely. We have a canine in the area, and it worked out great.
That's amazing.
We
so
only
great.
Have a minute or so left. So many other questions, but do you think this was the gang? Tell us more about this. I had heard they had gotten into the country from somewhere else. They were in here illegally. They managed to pull this off. What can you tell us about the gang? And do you think these are the same guys? Sorry, but only a minute left. Are these the same guys that were pulling off those other heists from last year and the year before?
Well, I think that's a difficult question to answer because they are extremely organized. And I can tell you 8 of them are no longer organized. But the answer is it's very well linked together. I would love to tell you we caught them. This is over for good. But we just don't know what the future will bring. And that's as much as I want to say I got them all. I really can't say that because other individuals may take their place, and we'll be back out there chasing them down just as well.
By the way, we know that that Syleste upgraded you to the sheriff of Navajo County.
I know you're a deputy sheriff, but I thought with this whole takedown, I would just promote you.
There you go.
I mean,
hopefully the sheriff wasn't actually watching the interview.
And hopefully it comes with a pay upgrade. I'm just saying, a little bump in pay would help.
Anyway, we sure appreciate your time. Congrats, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you, Syleste.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Anytime you need a pay raise, Ron, you let me know. I'll
Okay, Syleste, just make me the general manager.
Big D.
Where is this mystery cam? ladies and gentlemen, in a moment, we're going to get to the mystery cam. But Syleste, you've been seeing some really good comments from folks when it comes to the great train heist.
Oh, my goodness.
Flopped.
Was it not so crazy?
Yes.
I mean, one Mario Steele 612 says you have to have a cojones to do something like that. We have a couple of others here. So Sherry Nevada Pup says those yahoos are heading up trains here in Kingman all the time.
Yeah.
She says, I hear about the robberies, but don't hear if they get caught. Burger Boys 25 says this is bad, but just too funny. Going Old West again here in AZ. Yee.
No, right? The way the train heist used to run.
Oh, my
like if
gosh.
you've ever been on the train from Williams to the Grand Canyon, they do one of those. They have the reenactors.
Yes.
Right? They pull up to the train. They got the 6 shooters and everything else.
Yeah.
That's the way train heists used to happen. They had a real problem with it. Eventually, they cracked down on it. I got a feeling they're finally really now going to be cracking down on this gang.
Yes.
With these arrests, hopefully those are all the bad guys.
I think at one point, didn't we have, they were searching for sneakers, like they were looking for like high-end sneakers or something like that.
They were doing this time too.
This time too, yeah. So listen to Brandy the Bookworm. This is not connected to the train heist, but we want to make sure this is like the friendliest chat on YouTube, and we love that you guys are here and a part of this community.
Yeah.
She says, thanks, y'all. She's back home in Albuquerque. She's talking about her Aunt Judy. She says she has some other health problems, but the sepsis, she's dealing with sepsis right now. Surgery, potential amputations are the main concerns right now. So Brandy the Bookworm is asking for prayers for her Aunt Judy this morning.
Brandy has been with us pretty much right from the start.
Yes.
She runs the Fox 10 Talkers Instagram page.
I know. She came up with that herself.
Oh, I'm telling you, she's great. Okay, well, the prayers are headed your way, Brandy.
Yes, they are.
Sure. Now, let's get back to the mystery cam, Syleste.
All right, Ronald.
What are you seeing for guesses here?
Okay, let's see. We've got a West Virginia from Outlaw Dynamo 164, Ohio from Brandy the Bookworm. Another West Virginia from Louis Gonzalez. Got an Ole Miss from Burger Boys, Pennsylvania.
I like Burger Boy with Ole Miss.
Oh, is that Ole Miss?
Mississippi.
Missouri from Linda Monter, and another. I'm going to go West Virginia with all these people.
But I also like Missouri as an option. I guess I'm going to go. I'll stick with Burger Boy, buddy. Ole Miss. I'm saying it's somewhere in the deep south of Mississippi.
Here we go. Here it is, and here is your answer: Huntington, West Virginia.
Oh, look at that. I think West Virginia just might be our most underappreciated state.
Yeah. Why is that?
Just because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You could be hard-pressed anywhere in the entire eastern half of the country to find a more beautiful town than Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. And that's where John Brown tried to raid the cache of military weapons there and start a uprising. He wanted to start the Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually, of course, there was a Civil War. But you
back in 1863.
And you can go to the actual armory. I mean, it's just down the river, not very far from this very town. But Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, it's very historic, but it's also really beautiful at the same time. So
wow.
What about these gas prices?
Oh, my gosh. It's crazy. The fact that this morning, for all of you who are watching, maybe you haven't gotten up and left the house just yet, but this morning we had Danielle Miller, one of our anchor reporters, out live this morning, and she said that within about 30 minutes to an hour, she witnessed the price of gas rise. What was it, 30 cents or 25? 26 cents.
Yeah.
26 cents.
I believe it was from $3.89 to $4.15.
Yes.
Outrageous.
So, and that was just, she was at one gas station, and we're not entirely sure which one. Did she ever tell you which gas station she was at?
No, it was super secret.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think she's actually said it at the time. She's going to be in at 11 to discuss all of this with Anita. But Syleste, there are just a few things that you have to consider here. We produce massive amounts of oil, especially now that they discovered it with the shale up in the Dakotas. Plus we already know what comes out of Texas and Oklahoma, and then you've got the Gulf. We produce millions of barrels of oil every day.
Yes.
We are, if we're not number one in the world, we're probably number two when it comes to producing oil. And so we're not nearly as dependent as the rest of the world is on oil that comes out of the Middle East. So keep that in mind. I really
that
think
makes you that can make you quite upset when you think about it that way.
Yes.
And in my personal opinion, I feel like Arizona State Attorney General Chris Mays should make this now a priority in looking at the price gouging at gas pumps in our state.
Yeah,
it's her responsibility to look at these issues.
And I also think President Trump could have his team get on this, because I guarantee you there's speculation going on in the oil market. If you're a major oil company and you have to buy these contracts to guarantee you a supply of oil 3 months, 2, 3, 4 months from now,
right? And
you have to actually buy one of those contracts.
Yes.
But then what happens is all of these, should I use the word leeches? These speculators get into that market and try to make money themselves. And they are also raising the price of what's going on with oil. And I think the federal administration ought to look at that and figure out a way to.
I agree with you. Yeah. Here's a comment on this, and let us know your thoughts on these gas prices, you know, whether or not you're experiencing them or not, or maybe you've got an electric vehicle and you're like, you know what, I kicked the can on that a long time ago. So Thomas Favela, he says, why is gas going up if we had all those barrels from Venezuela?
That's the other thing.
Yeah, there's a couple of different things that work here.
We have access to all of that oil now. That's a really good point.
Yeah, Burger Boy says, open up our oil lines. And Darren Lloyd said, that's right, Burger Boys, 25.
Good. Okay. Hey, let's talk just a little bit about this, because there is some new video coming in, brand new video coming in from CENTCOM of yet another strike that was happening. And this is, it's unclassified video. They're actually doing a really good job of continuing to provide the latest video coming in, Celeste. This is part of Operation Epic Fury. CENTCOM says U.S. forces have now hit more than 2,000 targets inside Iran. They are gradually taking down, their hope is, every single missile launcher site inside. Now, the other problem, of course, is drones. They call them cheap, but I mean, they're still like $35,000 per drone. But the U.S. has laser technology that we've been developing that I think, if it's not being used now, hopefully at some point in the future, they have developed lasers where they can just shoot the drones right out of the sky. The laser hits the drone and it causes so much heat that it basically just explodes somewhere in midair and can't do any damage to people or buildings on the ground. So, all right, that was one of our big topics with Shannon Bream this morning, and there were some others too. Let's get right to, here's my one-on-one. We do it every Friday with Shannon Bream, Fox News Sunday. Here's Shannon Bream, everybody, host of Fox News Sunday. Hi, Shannon.
Ron, how are you?
Really good. Really good. Love the fact that you're getting ready for St. Patrick's Day already. Hey, Kristi Noem out at Homeland Security. Democrats had demanded she be fired, and now she is. They also obviously want to change how ICE is doing its job. But now we are basically at war, whatever you want to call it. I've heard analysts, some say, it's even possible that agents loyal to Iran might have got into the country during the years of open borders. And Iran has done that kind of thing in the past. So, is the new situation on the ground changing some minds, especially with Kristi Noem out, about DHS funding on Capitol Hill?
It's a great question, and we wondered yesterday when the change was announced that she would be leaving, but that Senator Mullen would be the new nominee coming in. Would that restart these talks over ICE and reforms and getting the government reopened, that partial government, shutdown continuing on that front? And we almost immediately heard a very coordinated message from Democrats saying the rot runs deep, good riddance to her. I mean, it clearly sounded like they had a talking points plan ready to go, because we heard so many of the same phrases. Democrats seeming to indicate, personnel change is one thing, but we think the policies run much deeper, and that's not going to get us back to the table, apparently.
Okay, so we're going to keep watching that. Now let's talk about the war itself, because we keep hearing this isn't about regime change. But if the same regime that says Iran shouldn't even, or that Israel shouldn't even exist, and that America is the great Satan, remains in place, I mean, just makes you wonder really what's going on here. So whether it's negotiations after the war, whenever it ends, or Iran at some point maybe reaching out to the White House to make a deal, what are you hearing about where this is all really headed in terms of a better future for the Iranian people and a better relationship between the U.S. and Iran?
Yeah, and the president on social media again this morning talking about we want to find the right leader or leaders, and he's talked about that he wants to very much be a decision maker in that process to rebuild Iran, but without the nuclear weapons, without the nuclear ambitions. He even tweeted out on Truth Social, MIGA instead of MAGA, it was MEGA, I guess you would say it, make Iran great again. So he's very much signaling to the people there he wants this country to be rebuilt with freedoms and things that they don't currently have under this theocratic rule. So he said, too, listen, some of the people we might have talked with, they've been wiped out. So the leadership ranks have been thinned, and we'll see who's left for them to talk to.
All right, so let's talk about gas prices, because we were live at a gas station, Shannon, talk about in real time, 2 hours ago. And the gas price went up 25 cents during basically that half hour. So I know the major oil companies need to obviously get their oil supplies, although let's be honest, we produce so much oil in this country, we have a lot of what we need right here inside the U.S. And there is a lot of speculation going on in the oil markets. Is there a plan to try to curb that? And can you tell us more about the president's plan to try to protect oil tankers coming out of the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, I mean, that is a critical point, that they are going to make sure that that traffic can continue for oil and for everything else that runs through the strait. I mean, it is a critical choke point, potentially. The U.S. Navy, all of the U.S. assets and branches are very, very busy, and that is a high priority right now. You remember last week before the strike started, but now we learned the president had already authorized them on Friday. He was in Texas, and he had that Venezuelan tanker behind him, and very much the visual there about the oil that we now control with respect to Venezuela. And there's been a lot of talk that that was obviously very strategic, that we would get that Venezuela situation under some type of U.S. control before going into Iran, knowing the oil problem there that we were going to face while this this conflict was playing out. But we'll see. There's talk of, you know, maybe a holiday on the gasoline tax and some other things to get the price down. But the president says, stick around. This is going to fix the problem long term. But yeah, it's going to hurt in the short term.
All right. Tell us about your show on Sunday.
So we have got Senator Mark Warner with us, one of the Gang of Eight, the top Democrat on Senate Intel. He's been in these briefings. And somebody who has also been in some of these briefings and has a very different take than Senator Warner is Senator John Kennedy. He also was one of the tough questioners of Secretary Noem, may have led to her ouster.
Okay, as a matter of fact, that is our poll question. Here you go. What do you think? She's gone. We're at war. Protect the homeland. 71% say, yeah, pass a deal now for the homeland. 25% say no, war or not. Democrats should hold out for changes at ICE. And 4% are saying there's got to be some room on both sides to get it done. Celeste.
We'll talk about YouTube after the break, Ron.
You bet.
Real quick, if you want to win a shirt, you've got 2 minutes to get online. 2 minutes.
2 minute warning.
I put the link in the chat. Welcome back, everyone.
By the way, as soon as she started dancing, Brian just brought that music right back down. He's like, I've seen that dance enough.
Have you ever, the movie 16 Candles? Uh-huh. And the tall girl who's dating the Asian guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how she dances.
Oh,
She dances like this.
Good.
Yeah, that's a 16
Keep it at 10 and 2.
The 16 Candles dance.
It's, I'm trying to punch up Graphics 2.
Yes.
Graphics 2 is the T-shirt graphic. Stand by, everybody. There we go.
Oh.
Okay. I'm getting a little
nervous.
It
is closed now.
It's all closed. It's 10:30.
Yeah. So in the chat, I did see many of you responded that you jumped over and you put your name in there for the T-shirt. Mm-hmm. And in the next 15, 20 minutes, we're going to announce the winners. Yes. But you got more chances next week.
Isabella's working on that list as we speak. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we again starting next Monday. Join us at 10 a.m. on Fox 10 TV or on YouTube, the Fox Local app, and you'll have another chance to win. But Syleste, you were looking at YouTube on the poll question. What do you see?
So on YouTube, here are some of the latest numbers. Right now, 951 votes. I just upgraded and refreshed that. Right now, yes, she's gone. And let me read this one more time for you. Kristi Noem fired. Time for a deal to fund Homeland Security now. Yes, she's gone, and we're at war. Protect the homeland. 38%. No, war or not, Democrats should hold out for changes at ICE. 49%. And there's got to be room for compromise on both sides. Get it done, 13%.
Let's go to the multitasker who was refreshing the results as you were speaking, Syleste, and at the same time looking at everybody's comments.
Big D. Oh, sorry, guys. I was just in the middle of 12 things. Yes, you can comment on fox10phoenix.com/poll, as well as on our YouTube channel. Random BM7HO says she wasn't fired. She was transferred to another position. Jason Gates says they didn't stop funding Homeland Security to get Kristi Noem fired. They stopped funding to change the system. Besides, Kristi Noem will only be replaced by another Kristi Noem, so it makes no difference that she was fired. And finally, Thomas Taylor 6944 says unconstitutional surveillance, unconstitutional war, unconstitutional arrests, murder of American citizens, constant lying. I don't think we can trust our federal government with another police agency. Abolish ICE. Really interesting comments on all sides. Keep them coming, everybody.
Okay.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Very good stuff.
My
Big
goodness.
D.
Big D.
Okay, so Dave the multitasker taking care
doing
of
a
all
great
kinds
job.
of stuff. All right, so Syleste, let's talk a little bit about the after effects of this plane crash in that neighborhood.
Oh,
we're calling it the Parkside plane crash because it happened on Parkside Avenue.
Okay.
They're just a couple of miles off the Deer Valley Airport. But again, a miracle that everybody walked out of it, for the most part, okay.
Yeah, and you can see it in some of the images, but on the backside of that house, there was a big desert land area. And I wonder if they were shooting for that desert land area to land, and they were having some trouble with the plane, tried to do a turn around and go back to the airport, and just couldn't make it.
And so you're going to hear the audio now. This is a great report from our Nicole Christine, who was out there. Pardon, Dave?
Oh, Megan.
Okay, this is
Megan
Megan's
Spector,
report.
yeah.
But it has to do with what was going on yesterday. They're in the process of trying to get these homes rebuilt, and the roof done, and everything else. And we're starting to get some audio from the tower.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Really interesting report. Here we go.
Deer Valley Tower, Cherokee 44 Tango. We're going to come back in. We're having some engine trouble. We haven't lost our engine, but we have low RPM.
Air traffic control audio capturing the moments before a small plane crashed into a North Phoenix home Wednesday morning.
Nature emergency?
We lost engine RPMs. It's not really an emergency, but we can't make it back to the field.
The person speaking from the plane, one of two individuals on board, later determined to be a student pilot and flight instructor with a flight school out of nearby Deer Valley Airport. Within minutes, air traffic control no longer able to reach them.
We've lost comms with him, and we lost him on radar about maybe 3/4 of a mile east of the field, just slightly north of the center line.
Then, roughly 5 minutes later,
We've got the plane here. It's into a house right at our current position right now. We do have the fire department and police responding.
The plane crashed into the roof of one home before landing in a second home's backyard. The two people inside the plane were able to walk away, but were still hospitalized, along with a man inside one of the homes. The plane removed from the neighborhood Thursday morning. A construction crew on site as well to help with the damaged roof.
We want to clear out all the debris that's up there, and then the goal is to just board it up for now, at least temporarily, put a tarp over it so that way we can secure it, make sure no rain gets through, no outside weather.
Fox 10 drone footage showing the extent of the damage one day after the crash.
There's a big gaping hole in it, so it's all goes all the way down into the house. Wow. But yeah, I mean, the goal is to get it fixed as soon as possible, get these people their house back.
Wow. I mean, they're all coming together. And look at that drone shot.
Yeah.
It shows you just the very small, these homes, they're fairly close together.
Yeah.
It skipped off the roof line there and then hit that house and then crumpled over to the right. It's just amazing.
So we have viewers from all over the world watching on YouTube. And we know many of you are watching on Fox 10 in Phoenix. This is right near Cave Creek and Deer Valley Road and the desert area kind of around these homes. For those of you who are not in Arizona, this is in North Phoenix, north part of town. And there are some beautiful Sonoran desert drives out there and lots of desert. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Ron, and say that I actually think they did, the pilot, the instructor, and the student. Yeah. I think they did a really amazing job.
And the calmness of the instructor who was talking to the tower, to me, is just so impressive. I can't wait till they both come forward hopefully they'll come on our show and we can talk.
And I hope that student pilot continues to get his license.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, having experienced this now, that's an experience that he has, the wherewithal to know what to do.
Here we go. We're going to talk burros now.
Are you talking bean burrito?
Celeste.
Beef, pork.
Believe me, we'll save that for, tacos, they have their own day Tuesday.
Yes, they do.
Burritos need their own day. Let's think about that.
Okay, Burro Friday.
All right, so here we go. BLM are approving a plan to deal with the wild burros now that are kind of almost taking over stretches of land out there near Lake Pleasant. They want to control them and avoid having them compete for limited resources.
All right.
So don't tell these burros, but there is a plan to limit their population.
It's going to come as a big surprise to them.
About 140 on the 100 acres or so of land surrounding Lake Pleasant. Now, Celeste, you were out the other day.
I was out at Lake Pleasant the other day, and I was shooting a story. I was on assignment, and that's what I saw. You have these burros, and they're just everywhere. They're in the middle of the road. They're on the side of the road. They have signs everywhere.
That guy there. He's like, I'm not moving for you. I don't care if you're Fox 10 or whatever.
Well, and look at the bushes. That does not look like a limited resource, Ron.
Well, look, if every burro's going to get their own acre, this guy's going to be just fine.
So this guy, right, I come to the stop sign. I make a full, complete stop, just in case you were wondering.
Okay, good.
Okay, I looked all directions.
No, you're not driving.
No, I was not.
Okay.
But the photographer was.
On with your story.
So anyways, we turned to the right, and there's more burros standing in the middle of the road. Yeah. And people pulled off, and some feeding them, and one of them kind of comes over to the window. But, they are really everywhere.
So, you know how long they've been out there?
100, 200 years.
That video we just showed?
Yes.
Apparently they've been out there as long as we've been shooting film. That might be the oldest file tape we have in this entire building.
For those of you here in Arizona, Ron, do you remember when up in Payson, there's neighborhoods up there that have elk? Oh, yes. Here's the thing. We're in their home.
Yeah. Oh, Celeste, thank you. Should some of us get out?
I think maybe you just fence off, protect your little dogs.
I know. But if people are stopping, they're feeding them like they're at a drive-through zoo, then it's not exactly like the old days of the Wild West.
No.
Anyway, Celeste, this story about OnlyFans that you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
But I was very questioning of your decision making.
Ron, I don't call
whatever your ideas are. We go with it.
I don't call doing cartwheels questioning me. Ron's like, okay, let's talk about it. I did not have to twist your arm.
What is the story? What is it?
So apparently there was this recent story that was a study that was conducted on this, and it appears that Arizonans appear to be big fans of OnlyFans.
How do we know this?
So this study by Gilder shows Arizona now ranks 6th in the country for spending money on the OnlyFans site.
Really? They're able to figure that out?
Yeah, I guess they looked at all 50 states. They looked at the amount of money that every state spent on OnlyFans.
Oh, really?
So Arizona ranked 6th. The number 1 city in Arizona was Scottsdale. So the citizens of Scottsdale, okay, we need to know more about this. We had the mayor of Scottsdale in here the other day.
We didn't even ask her
I'm going to keep this on my list.
You know, I don't think she would have wanted to talk about it.
You know, here's the this is why I wanted to talk about this, though. Yeah. The crazy thing about this story is the number 1 city in the country is D.C. Right? Washington, D.C. was number 1 according to this study.
That. Look at all the people that have affairs back there. You just had a congressman the other day who admitted finally he had an affair.
Oh, that with the staffer.
He's not going to run for office again. By the way, when we showed the website, which I'm happy to say, Celeste, I've never been on, but when we showed it, it showed a lady working out in some workout gear. So I guess I didn't realize this is more of an exercise program.
Yes, Ron, it is. It's just like going to the gym.
Okay.
Here's the thing. It's like you can sell whatever you want on this site. Feet, workout videos.
Really?
I mean,
it's that lady right there.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her doing the chest press.
All right.
Okay, Jenna Purr says, I'm late here, but just in time for the donkey. Jenna, you showed up just in time. I just thought it was crazy that DC was number 1 on this list.
I think it's so predictable.
It really is.
It's a head shaker.
It's unfortunate.
Hey, before we go to break, I just want you to know we're going to be talking with Richard Saenz in our next hour, our 11 o'clock hour. This story, Celeste, about the arrest overnight of, they call him Dylan the Villain. It's Dylan Brooks. He's one of the superstars on the Phoenix Suns. And according to TMZ, he got arrested in the early hours. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And he was released about an hour later. They said he was respectful and cooperative.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there was not some good decision-making going on.
Ron, I feel like in this day and age with Uber and Lyft and Waymo.
And you're a multimillionaire.
Right. Like, you're not on a budget.
And you got a bunch of friends.
Yeah, call somebody. Call another guard or somebody. Call a center. Call your big center.
Right. Call somebody on the bench. Call a backup.
Call your coach.
Right.
Hey, I need a ride home.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. All right,
just
we're going to learn a lot more, but it's a troubling story, that's for sure.
Yeah, Devin Booker. Devin Booker. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Call Books. Call D-Book. He'll pick you up.
We are going to be live with Richard next hour. We're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about what does the future look like for the Arizona Cardinals post Kyler Murray.
Wow.
Don't go away. Okay, so anyway, Syleste, I don't know about you guys at home, but I've always wondered more about her life story.
Who?
Your life story. Could you start with growing up in Tempe? Did we catch that on the microphone?
I don't know if we did or not.
I bet so. Pretty soon we're going to hear about Marcos Denise.
Yeah, thank you, Ron. Thank you. Go Padres. Just letting you know where it's at, Ron.
Here's what we have lined up for you right now. Stand by. We're going to get our 3-shot in a moment.
Yeah.
We have Kevin Thompson with us now. He is already with the Arizona Corporation Commission. This is one of those races that maybe doesn't get the big headlines, when there's a governor's race going on, members of Congress, etc.
Yeah.
But obviously it's important.
Oh, my goodness.
We pay our rates for power, for water, for all of those kinds of things. So we invited him to come join us. We had another commission member who was here just the other day.
Yes, we did. So, Kevin, good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you're running for re-election. I'm going to move this up just a little bit so we can hear you. Tell us, why are you running for re-election? What do you love about what you're doing now, and what would you like to continue doing?
We have a lot to do. We have a lot left to do. We rebuilt the commission when we first got into office. There's a lot of things we've done so far, which is overturning bad policy that was put in place by previous commissions.
Give us an example of some of the bad policy what you've changed. Just one or two.
Yeah, sure. So the rest rules, we just overturned the rest rules this couple of days ago in our open meeting. Those were the rules that were put in place in 2006, for example, that forced the utilities to move into the Green New Deal type, solar and renewables. And so we overturned that rule. So there's no longer a mandate placed on the utilities.
Why was that a bad idea for Arizona?
Because it cost our ratepayers over $3 billion since it was implemented. And it hasn't really kept our grid reliable. So we still need more generation put online, and you're not going to do it by forcing the utilities to move to renewables. So we've taken the all of the above approach, and it's seemed to be working.
What else have you done to try to keep rates low besides that one step?
Really trying to put the utilities back in their lane. We don't believe that the utilities should be competing with the free market. There's companies out there that install EV chargers. Why are the utilities trying to install EV chargers? Why are they giving rebates on electric vehicles and electric golf carts and electric side-by-sides and things like that? So really it's about cutting their budgets. They're, for all intent and purposes, monopoly utilities. Why do they have a marketing budget to tell people how great they are?
Is there a lot of fat to be cut?
Well, we've cut over $1 billion out of their budget since we've been elected in 2023.
That's interesting. So the agency had a marketing budget?
Absolutely.
Wow.
All those.
You're saying the utilities.
The utilities. Okay.
So you always say
forcing them to make cuts to try to save the ratepayers money.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, so what can you do though? I live out in Far East Mesa, and these data centers are everywhere, and I know they create jobs. That's great. There are a lot of them. But I will just say, what is being done to make sure that we, the people that, have had our homes there much longer than these data centers that are popping up now, that we don't have to pay extra because they came to town and they need a lot of power?
Right. We've said since day one that development has to pay for itself. And so the utilities are very aware of that. So we don't care if it's a large user like a data center or a chip manufacturer, or if it's a subdivision, a developer coming in to build a subdivision. Whatever it takes to serve your project, you're going to pay for. And we refuse to put that cost onto the backs of the residential and small business consumers.
So how does that work exactly? Do they literally build their own kind of miniature power plants on site, or do they pay the utility companies to bring power to them?
Right now, it's they're paying the utilities to bring that power to them. So they're paying for all the transmission line upgrades. They're paying for all the substations and everything else that they have to have on site to bring power to them. if they have to build more generations for their use, then they would have to pay for that as well. And so you're seeing the utilities start to do things like, for example, TEP with Project Blue down in Tucson, they did an energy services agreement. So they really put the onus on the developer to perform, and locked it down with security bonds and so forth, surety bonds, so that if the developer doesn't perform and there's assets that have been built, they can cash that bond and pay for those assets, and that way it doesn't go on to the consumer.
What are our rates made up of? When I look at my bill and I say, oh, well, I'm going to see a 10% increase or 5%, where's that coming? Where does it go? How is it built, that my bill?
Sure. So right now in Arizona, we have traditionally used what we call a historic test year. So it's the utilities are coming in to collect revenue or I guess they're collecting revenue for money that they spent 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so
okay.
It's poles, wires, pipes, labor, tools, equipment.
Like some of the storm systems that come through, and you see like during monsoon, and they have to put up new poles and lines and stuff like that. So we're paying for something that took place 2 years ago?
Yep. Correct.
Interesting.
So it's a historic test year. So what we're trying to move to now is more of a formula rate, something that's been tried and true in other states, as well as the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. FERC uses formula rates. So you assign a formula. You still go through the full-blown rate case. It takes about a year to 18 months. And you get assigned a formula. A formula is developed. And then you come in for a review every year for the next 5 years, and you get a up or down based on your pricing.
Oh,
well, we got to wrap up. One last question. Now that you've been in there for 4 years, what are your actual goals for the next 4?
To codify everything that we've done to make it hard to reverse and implement bad policy. We think that policy should be made at the legislative level, not by 5 commissioners sitting on a board. So we want to codify a lot of that into rules and put the policy making back in the legislature.
Well, we thank you for joining us today. That's for sure. It's Kevin Thompson with the Corporation Commission. Fellow from Mesa, former Mesa City Council.
And Ron, he actually joins us every morning. He watches AZAM.
Excellent.
Yes,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
We appreciate it. Yeah, good luck.
Hey, so Dr. Seuss's birthday was the other day, and I've been out reading to schools, Celeste, over the course of this week. One of my favorite schools on the planet is, formerly was called Papago Elementary. It's now Iron Mountain Academy. And here's what it was like yesterday. These kids were so amazing. Here's what some of them had to say when I showed up. What were you saying?
We are very grateful for.
Nice to meet you.
We're very grateful for you coming here and reading that wonderful book to us.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Look at that sign. Thank you, Ron Hoon, and you guys all signed it from IMA. I love it. Let's hear it for everybody today. Great students. And now they're going to be on Fox 10 Talks. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right. These
look at
kids were
sweetheart.
So great. And I'm telling you, Celeste, the chance to just get out there and Miss Colazzo, Rosalinda Colazzo, she had these kids all set and ready to go. And I mean, it was so great. It was so incredible getting a chance to be out there and spend time.
I saw her on your stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when she opened the door for you.
Retiring. I was trying to talk her out of it. I'm like, be here for one more year, would you? Because I've loved working with her for years. And they make a big sign every year. It's just the greatest
So
school.
cool.
It's out there at about 36th Street around McDowell. So great students. They're committed to doing a great job with their reading. Hey, look at this. Look at Bella's
I know,
joining.
Belle's here.
Hi.
Are you here with a special list of winners?
I'm here with a special
What a great job you have.
announcement.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, and I know you have a shirt, so you can hold it up. The winners
Right.
of
job,
our
Celeste.
wonderful Fox 10 Talk shirts are going to be Donna and Chandler,
Donna, yep.
Joe D. in Whitman,
Ooh.
Heather in Peoria,
Hold on. Joe in Whitman, you said?
Joe D.
Okay.
in Whitman,
Oh, Jody. Okay, Jody. Okay.
Jody.
Heather in Peoria,
Heather in Peoria.
Dan in Chandler,
Nice.
and Liz in Sun City.
we are all over the state again.
I know.
So great. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out with us here on Fox 10 Talks. We've been around for 2 years, and Syleste is, she's right here. It's almost as good as modeling the shirt, Syleste. Maybe next week you could model it for us.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tomorrow, everybody stand down. Sunday, stand down. Monday, come on back at 10 a.m.
Exactly.
We'll give more shirts away. What were you going to say, Syleste?
I was just going to say, Ron, maybe we all can put the shirt on and we can,
Oh, that would be a great team shot with this man right here. Could you imagine? Oh, wait. Big D. Big D's busy making plays, trust me. He didn't go out for a smoke break, I know, because he doesn't smoke.
Yeah. No.
But let me ask you this, you guys. Is it time to put the kibosh once and for all on the whole daylight savings thing? I know that we don't do it here. I'm fully aware of that. But there are millions more people that this is going to be the last time they ever have to worry about it. Just like we already got it all figured out in Hawaii, now in British Columbia, where there's millions of people up there, Vancouver, Victoria.
Yeah, maybe if you're watching from Vancouver, Victoria, or other parts of the world or the nation, let us know your thoughts in the chat. What do you think about this whole daylight savings thing?
What is the holdup in the USA? Let's just be done with it. Now, here's my one question for you guys, though, and Bella. Think about this now. Do you want to be, let's say that's the way it is, and we're locked down. We don't change, but nobody else changes. Do we want to be on California and Washington time, or do we want to be on Utah and Montana and Colorado time? What do you think?
My family's on the West Coast, so I want to be on that time. California, Washington.
Celeste, you have an opinion?
I'm going to go with West Coast also.
Really?
Well, a lot of us, we don't go as often, but a lot of Arizonans in particular travel to San Diego or do that whole thing in the summer. And I think it would be super helpful if you were just on the same time.
I agree.
Not me personally. I think just a lot of people in general in Arizona would like to see California the same.
I'm with you guys too. Plus, that way, Monday Night Football starts at 5:30.
Yes,
6:30.
a little bit earlier.
Yes.
Just from a practical standpoint. Hey, we got a viewer voicemail, you guys. Best French fries in America.
Let's do it.
Hi, this is Marilyn Davis in Phoenix. Five Guys have the best fries.
Oh, they
ever.
do.
Have a good day.
Wow.
Is it Maryland? So
yeah,
Maryland. I am so with you.
You love Five Guys.
I
Celeste.
do. It's like they have this seasoning that you can ask them put this Cajun seasoning or something. They're so good. And a lot of times when they throw the burger in the bag, they'll throw some more fries in there. Like they'll just
That's a good point.
they have
they're way down at the bottom.
Yeah, they have a cup of fries.
Like
they throw in there. Oh man, it's
Right?
so good.
You're like, oh, I was still hungry. Wait, there's 40 more fries.
Or wait, I'm not hungry, but there's still 40 more fries.
Okay, so coming up next, Danielle and Anita. Danielle's going to talk about her experience watching those gas prices go up more than 20 cents in a half hour.
Wow, so crazy.
Okay, now they're on. Okay, hi guys. Blondes Who Babble Friday. Let's get right to gas prices because I know they affect everyone and everyone's talking about this. Danielle, you were out at the pumps this morning.
Yep. So we were in the West Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we have Dave. Do you know which one it is? Danielle's South one. Let's play this and then you can talk a little bit about it. And then we have a Zoom that we are going to chat at. Stand by.
Good morning, and we're already seeing those prices increase. Just at 4:30, we were here at this gas station in the West Valley. The cost for a gallon of gas was $3.89 a gallon, and now, just an hour later, it is $4.15 a gallon. So within an hour, it's already increased that much. So if you are hitting the road this weekend, if you have any big travel plans, you can definitely expect to pay more at the pump because of the rising gas prices, especially from what you were paying just a week ago.
Those numbers again?
Yeah, well, it was pretty crazy because we were out there for our 4:30 live shot, and we always like to show, what we're seeing right then and there, and it was $3.89, and then we got back out of our car for the 5:30, which was an hour later, and we turn around and we're like, oh my goodness. And it was one of those, the electronic ones, which a lot of the gas stations have those nowadays. But we're just like, wait a second. Wasn't that just $3.89?
Yeah. Do you have video of this last hit?
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know that I've ever seen it go up that much that quickly.
Yeah. So I think what happens, from my understanding, is that these gas stations, obviously it was overnight, very early morning hours. Those are from the regulation of what they're going by that hour. And then I'm sure somebody gets in, looks at the market, looks at the cost, and with, boom, changes.
Well, let's talk about that. Let me introduce Julian. He's with AAA. Hi, Julian. Good to see you again, friend. Can you hear us okay?
I can.
Okay, so I know AAA doesn't set prices. You guys track them. But we would think, and I don't know if this is a reasonable thought or not, that the oil, the reserves that we're using are already is a supply we already have. So are people panicking, or why are we seeing this markup within a 1 hour time at 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I will say that there's probably a little bit of panic in the market right now. This is a very unique situation. Probably the biggest thing, the thing that's got everybody so concerned is the cost of oil. So oil prices have gone up about 20% in just the last week. And yeah, because of that, the oil market is trying to anticipate what's going to happen next. And yeah, there's a little bit of a panic right now in gas prices just because it's such a rare and unique situation.
And outside of what is going on in Iran right now, I know that pipeline is closed right now because of what's going on over there. Yeah, so that is closed. That's causing an issue. And then also switching over to the summer blend. Has that happened yet? And, if so, when is that happening? And that also increases the prices.
Yeah, that is the switch to summer blend of gasoline is happening right now. I think it's a little bit important to note that spring is usually when gas prices tend to go up anyway. So yeah, like the summer blend of gasoline, more people are driving because it's spring. But, a spike of 30, 40 cents in the span of a week, that's a little bit extreme. That's definitely beyond the seasonal norm. But there's a lot of factors all playing in driving up gas prices right now.
Where are we in Arizona then, Julian? What are the numbers? Do you have those offhand?
Yeah, I do. So the state average across Arizona right now is about $3.69 a gallon. And just to, compare it to last week, it was only about $3.29 a gallon last week. So it's a spike of about 40 cents. And it's more expensive in Maricopa County. Maricopa County has the most expensive gas across the entire state. It's just below $4 already.
We read a study a couple of weeks ago that said, I think Sunday is the cheapest day to buy the gas. I typically fill up on Fridays. And so now I'm on empty and I have to go. What are you advising people to do? Sit and watch and wait? Will it dip down within the next couple of days before you have to fill up for that work week?
I think that's kind of the tricky part about this situation is don't really know exactly what's going on. And, a lot of the impact of gas prices depends on how long this conflict lasts, how far does this escalate. I wouldn't, if you need to get gas, get gas. I'd probably better than, trying
running out of gas. Exactly.
I'll be picking you up, Anita.
Thanks, Danielle.
Just give me a call.
Yeah, but just try to find a cheaper gas station. There's like a lot of apps on your phone that can help you find the cheapest gas station.
Okay.
Stick to the speed limit. That'll help you increase your fuel economy. Keep your tires properly inflated. Flat tire or deflated tires really hurt your fuel economy. So there's a lot you can do right now to at least maximize your fuel economy.
You know what? That's a great point. And I know we talk about this often. Don't have an extra heavy load in your trunk, for example. Like keep the car clean. Don't drive around with stuff that you don't need to be driving around. These apps, that's a really great idea. You can download these for free and then kind of check out what the cheapest is, Julian.
Yeah. I'll plug the AAA app since it has that feature. But
Great.
You drive down the street, you see one gas station is maybe 30 cents more expensive than the other. So using those apps to compare those gas stations so you can avoid the expensive ones, find the cheap ones. That's something that's within your control that'll actually help a lot.
Okay, we have a question in the chat for you. This is from Darren Lloyd 2244. How many times can gas stations change their prices in a day? That's an excellent question. What do you think, Julian?
That's interesting. I'm not exactly sure. It is a business, so my first thought would be it's kind of up to their discretion to change their prices how they want, but I'm not exactly sure. A lot of it is, all of this is kind of dependent on supply and demand, and as long as both of those things are kind of topsy-turvy right now, gas prices are going to be very topsy-turvy as well.
Yeah, and I believe they buy the gas, and then they're able to
do whatever they want,
set the prices, and I'm sure they look at the markets and the cost and everything, but it is, I think, discretionary to the owner of that gas station.
Julian, how do people find AAA?
Yeah, AAA, you can find it on your phone. It's like the app, like I mentioned, can help you find cheap gas prices. If you have any travel plans, if your travel plans for spring are kind of changing a little bit because of these gas prices, it's definitely a good resource for you.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic weekend. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
The other big story that we are following is Kristi Noem is out. And this came as, I don't know if it was a shocker, but it came as a breaking news yesterday. So our next guest is Charles. I want to say your name the right way, last name, Coughlin.
Coughlin.
Yeah. Thanks
Winner, chicken dinner.
There you go.
Happy Friday to you. I hope you're not paying too much at the pump.
I went this morning. I noticed the same thing.
It went up, huh?
Went in and it was over $4 a gallon. And so it was like $4.65. And I bought it in Cochise County last week. It filled up for $2.89.
It's crazy. So, we'll go visit. My dentist is out in Casa Grande, and the same thing. It's always so much cheaper.
Cheaper there, yeah.
There's so much going on with Noem. Number one, all the stuff that unfolded in Minneapolis, and that was the end of January, early February. 2 people died during these ICE raids, I guess you can call them. But also these ads that popped up, and then she's testifying, and someone's asking her, did the president approve this? I don't know how many millions of dollars. She's like, oh yeah, he knew about it.
Yeah, over $200 million in ads. Yeah, so she claimed on air that, or in front of Congress under oath, that that the president knew about this, and the president contradicted that statement later on. I mean, a lot of people are speculating that that was the reason that she was dismissed. I suspect her celebrity status got in her way as well, because there's a rule in a Trump administration: nobody's bigger than the man, and the man is the biggest guy. And she was taken a little bit too much as center stage, and the controversy, as you guys mentioned, surrounding Minneapolis, surrounding some of these ICE raids, and the fact that maybe a lot of the ICE folks are not as trained law enforcement officials, and so that's the problem.
Do you think too? I mean, she was the governor of South Dakota, and then kind of switching over to a position at which she held. Yeah. Is that difficult, or maybe from the get-go was maybe not a good enough, or knowledgeable enough?
I think that's a really good question. Yeah. And we had a governor here in Arizona, Janet Napolitano, become the first head of Homeland Security under President Obama, and she had background as a law enforcement official, as the state's top attorney general. And running a department. And so, being a governor of a small state is not an inconsequential task. It's running the state government, but it is running the Department of, not running ICE, Customs and Enforcement, and the new role that it's playing is an enormous administrative burden. And one of the criticisms I think that people were leveling at the agency was that the officers weren't properly trained as law enforcement officials.
And that would be under her jurisdiction.
It would
She
be.
would need to step up and say, look, this is what I'm seeing. This is the feedback that we're getting. We need to regroup.
Yeah, we're not ready. We're not ready to do these mass raids and put hundreds of agents on the ground, or thousands in the instance of Minnesota, and have them do a coordinated law enforcement without creating a public backlash.
And politics aside, I always say this because I don't like to pick sides. But we had, 2 people who were killed, and how and why and what is all under investigation. But she did take to the podium and call them terrorists.
She did, and got a lot of blowback on that. That was, an unfortunate characterization of 2 people who both lost their lives under questionable circumstances, where they were disturbing. They were involved in a police operation in some manner which was causing some disruption. But then to label them as a quote unquote domestic terrorist is a whole nother level of separation from what somebody who's a peaceful protester is.
Do you think, Charles? Oh, sorry. Is there a question?
I was going to say, Darren Lloyd 244 pointed out that she is still working. She's just changed roles. Number one, what is this role? And number 2, is it just kind of like a little I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? What is it?
An honorarium.
Is it a promotion, or is it a promotion?
Consolation prize thing. Like, hey,
get a participation trophy.
Yeah.
Right. She's got a job, and I think it's more or less to give her a landing spot right now, sort of like Carrie Lake did when she got the head of VOA and then Voice of America, and then they eliminated Voice of America. This department, so this department is that she's in charge of doesn't exist anywhere. So it will be interesting to see how they create this opportunity for her.
And I was going to say, since she was, quote unquote, fired from her job, is there any takeaways of positivity for her, or, even from something like this? Can she still have success in politics, or where does her?
Or is she done?
Hey man, there's so many lifetimes in politics. You wait for the next news cycle to happen. You guys are veterans at this.
I kind of don't need another news cycle.
Right.
We need a break.
There's plenty of second lives in American politics, however she chooses to manage herself. And today, with the country so majorly divided along partisan lines, she clearly will find a home, within the MAGA movement, Turning Point, any place where, she could be successful and continue to do what she does.
There we go.
And how does the next person that steps in? Oh, sorry, we got to go.
We have to go.
We got to go.
Sorry. That's okay. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure
seeing you both. We do hope that you come back soon, because you're a wealth of knowledge.
You're awesome, Charles.
We're going to take a quick break, folks. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. welcome back in, everyone. We are going to talk about something called Looksmaxing. We all like to look our best, I think, except when I don't want to leave the house and I don't really care what I look like. Dr. Melodie Simmons, welcome back in.
Thank you.
What is Looksmaxing?
Looksmaxing is trending, and it's primarily for boys and young men. And what we're seeing is that people are trying to optimize their physical appearance, but going through these extreme measures.
Which is like what?
Right?
Well, like physical.
And the goal is to achieve like a certain social status. And so things that we're seeing are different, like jaw exercises to have a stronger jawline. Some things that people are seeing also, it's soft maxing and hard maxing. And so soft maxing would be like skincare, taking care of your skin, maybe going to the gym and building some muscle.
But that's not a bad thing, is it?
No, it's not.
That's what we typically encourage people to do, men and women.
Absolutely.
Take care of yourself.
Right. And so, as far as experts, we're wanting people to absolutely take care of yourself to build that confidence. However, it's become extreme and damaging where people are hyper-focused on this unrealistic beauty standard. People are engaging in bone smashing, which is taking a hammer to your facial features, to your cheekbones, so that you can create like mini fractures to create like a stronger cheekbone. People are using different instruments to promote a stronger jawline, and people are no longer engaging in those social activities that they used to because they want this certain beauty standard.
So if somebody does that, that can land them in the hospital.
Well, is that the point, though? Is that they break their jawbone and then they can have surgery to make it the way they want?
What they want actually is just mini fractures. And so they're not going that extreme to break it totally so that they would get a new jaw, but it's creating mini fractures so that their bones can go differently, so that it builds up different jaw muscles. And it's becoming unhealthy. And thinking from disordered eating and body image concerns, people are then eliminating certain foods from their diet to achieve a certain body image.
This is wild. Why is it that we're seeing this more so in men than women?
Yes. So this was actually a niche population that we're doing this back like in 2010. And now recently, in the last 2 years or so, we're seeing it more in the male population. And what started off in the incel male population, so the involuntary celibate male population, now we're seeing it more mainstream, and people are showing their before and afters and getting approval from other people. And that's what's keeping this trend going.
Okay, so I've heard of things of actresses, I don't want to name anyone, I've got a couple in my mind who have taken ribs out, for example, or reportedly taken ribs out to look smaller and thinner. Is that along the same lines of looksmaxing?
Yes, and that would be hard maxing. And so doing those things. And again, the goal is to achieve approval from society, which is dangerous because it's constantly a moving target.
Right.
What the beauty standards are.
Sure.
There are different apps also that people can download, and it will rate them and give them a score and suggest things that they can do to improve their physical appearance.
Oh my goodness. How is this different from plastic surgery? Is there a difference? If I'm going to go to a plastic surgeon and have a facelift or a bone cut or anything like that, is it different?
What's a bone cut? I've never even...
Well, if you're breaking your bones, cutting your bones, shaving them off.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And that would be hard maxing. And so that would be a form of hard maxing, going into and getting the plastic surgery. But really the harm in this is that, again, we're just chasing a moving target, and beauty is always changing, and really, it needs to lie from within and building that confidence.
Okay, but let's say that you don't feel confident and you want to go get your nose done. Where's that fine line between what you call that hard and looksmaxing, or I just want to feel better about myself, or maybe I have kids, or maybe I lost a lot of weight and I have a little extra. What's the difference there?
Yeah, I think who's it for? So is it for you to feel better about yourself, or is it for external, to get that external validation from others?
Wow, that's so interesting.
And if somebody is struggling with something like this, maybe body dysmorphia, it's always best to get professional help.
And that's the danger with looksmaxing. Oftentimes, a lot of people are leaning into different influencers for that dietary advice, for the exercise advice. And these people just have their own lived experience. They're not experts.
So we have a couple of comments coming in. We have someone saying Muscle Beach has existed for years, which I guess would be like you're going out there in Venice Beach, building those muscles to get approval from other people, possibly. Right. Lil Philosophy 481 says that can't be mentally healthy.
Absolutely. It is really not mentally healthy, and it's very damaging. Again, people are starting to withdraw going out with friends because they're concerned about how they look. People are spending more on gym memberships, and they're not paying for food. They're not paying for things that they need for survival.
Okay, so have you seen an increase in stuff like this with the invent of social media? Is this what's causing it? I mean, we've always you'd go to high school and you saw the girl in the cool jacket and you're like, I want that, or I want to, grow my hair this way. And so we've always compared. Right. But has it gotten that much worse?
I believe it has. And comparison is the thief of joy. Yes. When we're looking at other people and comparing ourselves, then we forget the things that bring us joy. We forget to reflect on the things that we do have.
How do you find the moderation then? How, with the dieting, with the exercise?
When does it become unhealthy?
Yeah.
Right. And again, it's who are you doing it for?
Yeah.
So if I'm doing it for myself and I feel better, and maybe I enjoy going outside and moving my body because I've taken care of myself, that is one thing versus I'm not going outside and I'm not doing these things because I'm afraid that people are going to judge me. And so I'm going to engage in even just really frightening things like bone smashing or eliminating certain foods from your diet because you want a certain body type.
Man, I must be living under a rock.
I know.
I knew nothing about bone smashing.
I'm glad that I grew up in an era without social media.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doctor, how do people find you?
They can find me through Equip, and so equip.health. There we have dietitians, we have therapists, mentors, so that people are able to get that help if they are experiencing some body dissatisfaction from Looksmaxing.
Thank you. Awesome. I'm sure we'll see you soon, yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, this weekend, if you're looking for something fun to do, it's going to be so beautiful outside.
It's the best weekend in the weather department. Absolutely.
You were out at the track. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. It was beautiful out there. The sun was shining. A little light breeze.
Yeah, it's going to be cooler. It's going to be a little bit breezier. We've got the NASCAR race.
Got a lot going on. So the NASCAR is really cool because it's NASCAR and the Indy cars, which is great.
And then we have the baseball.
Spring training.
Thank you.
Spring training.
And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, the Aloha Festival. Aloha.
There we go.
Hi.
Look at
Good morning.
Looks so cool.
Introduce yourselves, ladies.
My name is Lacretia Bacon, and I'm the chairperson of the volunteer team who produces the Aloha Festival.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My name is Gabrielle Tamati Ott, and I am the owner and director of Tamati Entertainment.
Oh my gosh, how fun. Tell us about the Aloha Festival.
Well, you ever wanted to go to the tropics?
Send me there right now.
we went to Hawaii, to Oahu in January. Loved it.
It's a place you fall in love with very quickly. So this is our 33rd year.
Oh, wow.
And it started with a bunch of people who were here from Hawaii and kind of grew from the Hawaiian Club and thought it would be fun to get together and do things, and it just got bigger. And we, of course, welcome all South Pacific Islanders. This is why our guest is from Samoa.
Oh,
they're one of the performing groups. We have from all over the Pacific. So this year, you will see Hawaii, you will see Samoa, you will see some old-fashioned Honolulu kind of, if you go out and have a party music, and you will see some contemporary Hawaiian music as well. And you can go shopping.
Oh, we all love shopping. We both looked at each other at the same time and said, we both love shopping.
Yes. We have over 90 merchandise booths where you can find everything from traditional to some, you got the latest spiffy t-shirt that's all trendy or whatever. And of course, you can't have a festival without foods from the South Pacific.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's talk about the food. I think that is one of the biggest draws. It's so good.
It is good.
It's delicious.
And I expect a little line around.
That's okay. We pack our patience when we go to parties.
I always say eat early and eat often.
And then what other types of events, if you maybe want to talk about just some dancing or other types of...
I don't want to forget, though, the family. We have an Ohana area, and there are various things to do that really put depth in the culture. So there's a keiki area where there's many traditional games and different things to learn about, and the Bishop Museum comes with information about Hawaii. We have an area where you can learn to play ukulele, and another area area where it's called Hale Mana'o, and there's different topics. If you ever wanted to find out more in-depth things about the South Pacific, this is where you would go.
Great.
Absolutely. We're also going to be taking part in the Ohana Village area, so it's just going to be off to the side to all of the amazing food vendors. But we are actually, our group in particular, have just been so fortunate to perform at the Arizona Aloha Festival for so many years. And we are a variety Polynesian Pacific Island dance group, but we did want to focus a little bit more about Samoa. In particular, we have the wonderful opportunity and honor to perform in American Samoa at their Flag Day celebration coming up in April.
How fun.
At the Ohana Village area in Hale Mana'o, we'll be presenting more about our trip and all things Samoa to really showcase why it's so important to our community.
Tell us a little bit then about Samoa. Yes. I want to say it correctly, but it's not a culture that we necessarily are very familiar with here in Arizona.
Right. So a lot of the times you'll see Hawaii and you'll see a lot of floor shows. And I even have my beautiful ladies off over there to the side to show you a little bit about Samoan dancing as well.
They can go for it if they want. If they feel like it. We'll move our chairs.
We
there
will
you go,
definitely
ladies.
play that for you guys.
We've got about 2 minutes before we have to say goodbye.
Okay.
So I don't know. I know it's kind of tough to see, but tell us a little bit about those costumes or the clothing.
So what they're wearing is what we would call La'e Samoa. It's the traditional attire. It shows the status. So it would be traditionally worn by chiefs or the son or daughter of a chief.
That's beautiful.
And they would have particular titles that they also, within that role, they would have different responsibilities that they would have to carry out, not only for their family, but for their villages.
What is it made out of?
So it's made out of bark, and you'll see the hair is actually it would traditionally be from human hair. So it'd be ancestors, hairs passed down, and you would attach it to your own. And that's sort of your literal and spiritual connection from the past to the present. All of their wisdom and everything they've carried down is now your gift and your responsibility to put forward.
And would you call them tattoos or?
Yes, so you'll see both of our lovely ladies here, Tia and Ailingi, they have the malu, and that is a traditional Samoan tatau that is put on for the women.
Amazing. Do you guys have information, really quick website? We have about a minute left here.
AZAlohafest.org is where you will find it. We're also on Facebook, and there's some stuff on Instagram.
Great. Perfect.
And so
do you have to buy tickets in advance or just show up?
We are a free event.
Free.
We are nonprofit, and our goal is to inform people about South Pacific, Hawaii, and those particular cultures.
Amazing.
I'll play a song to show.
Sure. We've got 10 seconds. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to close out the show, ladies. Thank you.
Nice job. Thank you.
Good job, girls.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back here from your nice little break. It's a little chilly outside in Phoenix, Arizona, if you're watching on YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat. I'm Syleste Rodriguez, in for Desiree Fluellen, hanging with the man, as you know him, as Ron Hoon, but also known as Mr. Legend.
Wow. Celeste, where did that come from?
I don't know. It was just one of those things I just came to my mind, and I walked out, oh, my gosh, I'm sitting next to Mr. Legend.
Thank you, Celeste. Let's have that a little more often, please. You know what? We have for you a camera here from our Dean Fazzini. This guy runs live control every morning. Let me check a text from him.
Is this...
Wait a sec. I don't see a text from Dino. Normally I do. I'm pretty sure that's that shot out of Indiana.
You're absolutely right. Yes, Indiana. That is Indiana.
Uh-huh.
It has that park all around. Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's almost like their own mini Central Park.
Yeah.
In the middle of the city.
Okay, so Celeste, I'm not trying to put any... Oh, hold on here. Hold on. Where's my... There we go. Okay, I'm just trying this shot. I like this actually better.
You like this?
It's more like...
Comfy
and folksy. So we've had a great show. I'm not trying to put any pressure on you.
Oh.
But let's wrap it up strong.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ron, that is always the mission when you rise in the morning. We're finishing this day strong.
Yeah, it is. Did you, now on an early morning like this, Celeste came in super early today.
Yeah.
Do you still have time to get up and read your Bible? Or are you still in the book of Job?
No, I finished that 2 days ago, and I rushed through that because the book of Job is very challenging to get through.
Celeste said to me the other day, she said, that guy had it bad.
And it really isn't until like the last chapter of the book that God turns it all around for him, and you're like, this guy, man.
Yeah, man.
But I did have time to get up. I was up at 2.
Okay.
And I got a phone call from my dad, who wakes up early for work.
Okay.
He still works.
What do you guys talk about at 2 a.m.?
He just says, honey, are you awake? You good? And I was like, yeah, Dad, thank you. Love you. And he says, have a great day, honey.
That's so great.
And so
I'm going to start calling all my kids at 2 a.m. and see how it goes.
Well, if they've got to get up for work, that's one thing. But I'm sure they'll love that, though. No doubt.
There is a story. Look, we like to do as much of a fun-loving show as we can do here. But every once in a while, there's some stories that are just not good. And we're going to get to it right now because the headline that came in, this is a mugshot of a superstar in the NBA, and he's a superstar for the Phoenix Suns. We're talking about Dylan Brooks.
Dylan the villain, as they know him on the court.
Weren't they just doing his bobblehead the other night?
And that's what they called it, Dylan the villain.
Man, okay, so TMZ says he got arrested this morning at about 2 a.m. on a DUI case, and that he was released from police custody about an hour later. So it just so turns out that we had it all planned to have Richard Saenz join us today. We're going to talk about all kinds of fun stuff in the world of sports. But Richard, this is not good at all.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, hold on. We can't hear you. I know we got your race shirt on. It looks like you're there at the race. Let's see. Unmute.
There we go. Okay, give us a testing 1, 2, 3. This is why I asked our engineers to join us today.
Okay, let's try doing sign language. A thumbs up or thumbs down about this situation with Dylan.
Oh, it's such a thumbs down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're going to let you guys work on it, and we will get you the rest of the story, and we will get back to Richard we'll just give you a minute or two.
Well, he's hanging out. NASCAR and IndyCar, they're both in town this weekend, and that's a big deal. Folks camp out, the whole 9.
It's like, what else can we bring to you here in the Valley of the Sun? We just had one of the great golf tournaments of the year.
Yeah.
We've had Super Bowls.
Thank you so much.
How about this? Richard, can you now hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
We're going with old-fashioned technology here. It's Richard on the phone. But look, we still have the picture. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We still have the picture.
We got your handsome face. Your mom wants to make sure she sees your handsome face.
Yeah. There you go. Richard, this is such a disappointing story. Now, look, innocent until proven guilty, but it's a bummer. It's a big-time bummer.
Yeah. He's such a vital part of the team, and you never really heard of him getting in trouble off the court before. So this comes as a bit of surprise, and he was having such a great year for the Suns. I'm not sure if you guys can see me. Can you see my NASCAR and Indy shirt?
Let me go back. Yeah,
Yes.
there we got you. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
can you hear me and see me now?
Yes.
Well, we got you on the phone, but we're working on. You guys give us a high sign when you can hear them on the Zoom. But anyway, yeah, we're going to talk all about that. But I thought the Suns. Now they had a game last night, which they lost by in the last 10 seconds. But I thought they also had a game tonight. So you don't want to be out late. And you certainly don't want to be, getting arrested.
Playing. He's got a hurt hand, so he hasn't been playing. He's been out.
Okay.
He's not expected to return for weeks, so that's probably why.
Okay.
He shouldn't have been out anyway, whether you're playing or not. And
right.
Get a ride if you have the money that these guys have. They could get a limo. So
how does this get handled generally in the NBA, particularly if you don't have an extensive criminal record?
Yeah, I don't think he should get suspended for the rest of the year. I'm sure there'll be some kind of disciplinary action, but I think the legal punishment should be enough. We'll see if he's got to serve a suspension from the NBA as well. But right now, he's out with the hurt hand until the end of the regular season anyway.
Richard, give us a background of he's fairly new to the team, and where did he come from? How old is he?
Yeah, he's a veteran. He's been around the league for a while. He came to the Suns in the Kevin Durant trade from Houston. And that's the thing about him. He played his college ball in Oregon. And he's been a winner everywhere he's gone. And he wasn't really like one of the top draft picks, but he plays hard on both ends of the floor. He's been a leader for this team since he took over when Devin Booker got hurt, and he kind of was the go-to guy. But it's just so disappointing because he was being considered for an all-star.
Wow.
Grew up going to a Catholic school up in Canada, in Toronto. Was a Pac-12 guy, played for the Ducks.
So does this mean, Richard, you mentioned the All-Star. Does this take him out of that running, or does it affect that at all?
The All-Star game's already happened.
Oh.
So he didn't make the All-Star team, but he was playing so well, he was in consideration. Some people thought he should have been on the All-Star team. But the All-Star game's already happened. He hasn't been playing because he broke his hand. And so he's going to be out anyway with the injury. They were hoping to get him back for the postseason.
Okay.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure. Richard, can we, because we only got like 5-6 minutes left, let's talk about race weekend in the Valley. I mean, out there at Phoenix Raceway, it is just going to be rocking.
Yeah. I wish you guys could see my camera. You guys can't see the camera, right?
No, I got you here. Right here on a two-shot.
We got you.
Go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my guy, Paul. Paul's got the checkered flag, because it's checkered flag Friday. You see Paul here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, we'll get back to Paul in a second. But yeah, so this is the RV that we got set up at Sun City RV. They really hooked us up. Check this out. We got a big beauty here. I got my desk here. And look, can you see the helmet that I got? Look at this thing.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And this RV has a patio.
What?
So I can walk
how
out here.
fancy. Are you going to sunbathe? Are you going to lay out? And
Yeah, and look, we got Paul out here. He's going to show me how to wave the flag. That's how you wave the checkered flag on Checkered Flag Friday.
That's awesome.
Hey, Paul, you got a cool koozie there, Paul. What you got? Rolling with Richard.
Yeah, man. Those are in hot demand.
I tell you, our guys at Sun City RV have really hooked us up. Paul's here from Washington, Yakima, Washington. So all the way down here.
Yeah, man.
So we're out here. Look, you can see the track is really right behind me.
Yeah.
Back here. Look, it's not close.
Look at this. Look at this over there.
that is so cool.
Yakima is such a cool town. There's like 85 Hoons.
Are there really?
In Yakima.
85 what?
85 Hoons, members of my family, cousins, second cousins.
so
we're all
Ron
through
Hoon,
Yakima.
Our main guy here, he's from Washington. There's like 85 Hoons there, last name Hoon.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. He knows that. He says, he says they're all in trouble. He says, I don't know.
Are they in jail?
Richard, how did this weekend come about, buddy? You got to tell us. How did it come about? The fact that you can have IndyCar one day and NASCAR, I mean, that makes this world headquarters for racing.
It is. It's super cool. And Paul goes to every race here, every race in Las Vegas from Washington. He drives out, stays the whole weekend. and he says he's never seen IndyCar in person, so this is a treat for him. And I think that's really smart for both sports to cross-promote, you know, and say, look, we're going to gain some NASCAR fans, and then, you know, NASCAR fans will gain some Indy fans. So
well, you have all these.
We're going to interview Jamie Little, who does all the interviews in the pit, you know, row, and she's covered both. So we're going to talk about that, and I'll have that later, and we'll also be live on the news show for the newscast as well. So it's really neat. A lot of people are excited about this.
Well, and you know, you already have all the people there in RVs and in their fifth wheels anyway. Everybody's there for, you know, might as well.
And it's such a fun crowd too.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, you know what? We only got.
Everybody's so helpful.
Yeah.
Everybody, look, this is our look.
Look at
So
that.
this is
Look at
our
that.
setup. We got
Nice.
here. Can you share here?
Oh.
We got all the setup. We're
Look
giving
at
out
this.
Sin City RV koozies. Got the 50/50 raffle. See that RV over there? That's Archie Bradley with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, for goodness
my
sakes.
gosh, you're right there by Archie?
Rolling like Archie.
Right there by Archie. We got the beanbag toss.
How do we win a koozie? How do we win a koozie?
You
I
gotta
want
be
a
nice to me.
koozie.
Look, over there across the street, in the caddy corner from us, is the live entertainment for the evening.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we got a minute left. This is our first chance to talk to Richard since the big news out of the Cardinal world. Richard, Kyler Murray is heading out of here, and of course we'll be curious to see where he goes. But in 1 minute, is Jacoby Brissett going to start for the Cards this year, or will they use one of their high-ranking draft picks to go for somebody new?
I don't know. I like Brissett, but you got to remember that Jacoby Brissett was part of the old regime. Mike LaFleur is going to go with guys that he knows. So keep this name in mind. Jimmy GQ, Jimmy Garoppolo could be a guy that the Cardinals keep the ties on. He was the backup with the Rams when Mike LaFleur was there.
Wow.
So if he might bring his own guy in and say, look, I'm going to go with a guy that knows my offense.
Yeah, interesting. That's a name that's been around for a while.
Okay, Jimmy G.
Traded on draft day.
Okay, all right.
Okay, how do we?
He'd be a big name.
Because people in the chat want to know, how do they get a koozie?
You got to be nice to me.
So simple. So simple. Richard, we love rolling with you, bud. Fantastic. Look at the life this guy lives.
Show him the koozie, Paul.
Yeah.
You roll with Richard.
Look at Paul
Yeah,
living
man.
the life with Richard.
Yep.
We're not drinking.
Okay.
No, there you go. It's Sprite.
If
Yeah. Gotcha, for sure.
I love a
As
koozie.
soon as my guy, as soon as helped me set up, the guys from Sun City RV have been great.
All right. Thank you, guys.
RV koozies too.
Yeah, man.
QR code on the back of that thing.
The best from Yakima. Okay, mystery cam time. Richard's always so
Bring me the
fun.
koozie.
Koozie. Mystery cam. why not even have more fun than we usually do?
Yeah.
We said to ourselves.
Well, and that's a great thing to say to yourself on a Friday.
Yeah, because now Bella joins. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Bells.
Got any guesses, Isabella? Where?
Oh, yeah, this is the mystery
I don't think that we have ever shown this view before.
I have not seen this one.
I'm going to go North Carolina.
So it's either like a chapel on a college campus, because it looks kind of university-ish, or it's just one of those pretty towns. It's back east, I can tell you right now. It's got to be like Carolinas or Virginia or something like that.
Because these look like dorms, like towards the bottom of your screen. They look like dorms.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Georgia guesses in the chat.
Oh, I could see that too.
Oh,
Sherry, Nevada.
I wonder what campus this is.
Dynamo.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so I'm going to go Georgia. What about you, Bella?
I would say Georgia as well, but I'll do North Carolina.
Okay, we'll go North Carolina. They'll go Georgia.
And here comes
here is
everybody.
Your answer is Dahlonega, Georgia.
Okay, let's see.
Dahlonega.
Yeah.
Wow.
What college is there?
Dahlonega, Georgia.
There's a new show on Netflix. It's called His and Hers, and it's about a journalist who's covering a big murder in Dahlonega.
Are you kidding me?
You guys need to watch it. It's really good.
Maybe that's why we finally got this camera up there, which, by the way, it's up there kind of halfway between Atlanta and kind of over toward Chattanooga. It's up in the beautiful hill country of North Georgia. They have the Dahlonega Gold Museum. Let's see. What is the university, though? We're still trying to figure
University of North Georgia.
Wow.
Dahlonega campus.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty, that gold peak. It looks like maybe Dino, who chose this, is also watching His and Hers, Bells.
Probably. Outlaw Dynamo 164 said North Georgia.
No, wow.
Yeah,
you got it.
Come on, Outlaw Dynamo. Loving that. All right.
Wow.
So, you guys, shall we shift from talking about that to talking about gas prices at the risk of raising all of our blood pressures collectively?
So crazy.
So we went out earlier this morning. Danielle was out there live, and they had the gall. Now, I'm not calling out this one gas station. I'm not even quite sure which kind of a station she was at. But they raised the prices 26 cents instantly. And the panic that is going on in the whole world of oil and gas is shocking.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. And here's some of what people were saying as we were talking to them.
Ridiculous. It's high. I can barely even afford it myself sometimes.
If I spend like $40 gas, I have to make sure I make extra. So I can make the difference with the gas that I spend.
It breaks in and out.
What's that?
This is breaking.
Anyway, look, this was back in the good old days of yesterday when gas prices were still below $4 a gallon. I mean, it's really pretty unbelievable. And Celeste, I'm just telling you that the administration, I know they have a plan to start escorting these oil tankers to come through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has these drones now. There is technology, I don't know if they're using it yet, to use lasers to shoot drones out of the sky. And Ukraine, they're actually working with Ukrainians because Ukraine has developed a system on how to knock Russian drones out of the sky. And this story today that Russia is now cooperating with Iran to provide them intelligence so they can launch their attacks is just outrageous. So anyway, who knows? I mean, hopefully gas prices will start to stabilize, but it's out of control for sure. Isabella.
I have a similar story to Danielle. So yesterday, I was driving to Costco with our producer, Abby, and we passed this gas station, and gas at that moment, I think at 5 p.m., was right at the $3.99, $4 mark. We were at Costco for an hour. We'd go back home, and we passed the same gas station, and it had gone up to $4.35.
Wow. See,
within an hour.
This is what I'm talking about. And we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the Arizona Attorney General, Chris Mays, she's got to put everything else on hold and got to jump on this price gouging situation.
Well,
potential. I mean, obviously, you know, there is, and I did a little research. It is the state's Attorney General's job to look into that situation. And that needs to, I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong, but somebody needs to look into it.
Yeah. Well, there's so much speculation of the oil markets right now. That has got to be looked at.
Yes.
Because, yes, you have these huge companies. They have to buy these massive contracts to get a whole tanker over, right?
Yes.
To bring the oil over, and then it has to go to the refinery. But then you have all these speculators that jump into the market, and they then are pushing the price up even artificially high.
Yes.
You know, they said that 20% of the world's oil, which there are many countries that have to get that oil out of the Gulf, out of the Middle East. We produce a ton of oil, millions and millions of barrels every day.
Yeah.
But 20% of the world's oil, if you did the calculations on, remember, it was not that long ago, we were about $3.15 a gallon. Well, go ahead, add 20 whole percent if you want to. That would add another 62 cents. So you would have gone from $3.15 to about $3.75, $3.80.
But a lot of places are now.
Well, I mean, seeing 35 cents of an increase within 2 hours.
It's outrageous.
It's crazy.
So plenty of people are on fire in the chat on this one. So Buddha Sheep says, working from home, thankfully, don't have to fill up very often. I said, do you have gas or electric? Jennifer, I don't know many people here, so I don't go anywhere to even worry about gas. But we do have a couple of people. Darren Lloyd says, I have gas and always will. Sherry Nevada Pup says, I drive a Prius, gas and fancy battery. It's the best for fuel savings. And so, definitely people are sharing their thoughts about the gas prices and everything. I have to mention this, Darren Lloyd says, I have to let you all know I have changed my work times to be able to chat with you guys all. You guys are very refreshing to get away from the negativity in our lives. And we're happy that we're able to
chat online.
So happy you're here.
Thank you, Darren.
All right. So that's something we're going to keep our eye on, but it needs to stop.
It does.
I mean, you already do the math, 20%. Okay, we believe you, 20%. Well, 20% is 20%. It should have capped out after many weeks at $3.75.
Yeah.
And so what's going on right now is pure panic because we produce all this oil in the United States. Anyway, we could talk about this forever. I do want to talk about your Syleste story of the morning. I didn't happen to grab a script on that one, Syleste, I don't think. But apparently they're saying now the new trend is to drink hot water in the morning. Why?
Hot water in the morning, just to kind of like get it all has to do with your gut and your digestive system.
Okay.
And so it's
is this
getting
your,
you ready
like
for
your
the day.
mitochondria stuff?
It is,
all that
actually.
Type of jazz?
You know, I see one video, I like it, and my algorithm lights up.
Completely changes.
Right? Doesn't it?
Which, by the way, these social media companies could get themselves out of trouble if they just did away with the algorithm.
Yeah.
You know what?
Remember
just
when,
let us choose what we want to watch. How about that?
Right, I know.
Okay, anyway, I'm on a soapbox.
Throw in the chat, what do you drink first thing in the morning? Some doctors say you should drink hot water.
Yeah.
You could throw in some lemon, maybe some ginger, fresh ginger, or just lemon water, and do that first thing in the morning. It kind of resets your gut and then your digestive system, and then have your coffee.
If you had to choose in our newsroom, maybe the healthiest guy who really his look has not changed in the 30 plus years that he's worked here, he's a photojournalist. Occasionally he's on the air too. Who would you nominate?
Tom Fergus.
Tom Fergus. You could look at pictures of him from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
He's such a healthy guy, and he tells me that one of the secrets to his healthy success, he drinks a full glass of water every single morning, pretty much before he does anything else.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And you know, I started doing that with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and some lemon.
Okay.
With water the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Before my coffee.
How's it changed? Did it or no?
I mean, I feel pretty good.
Okay.
You know,
Uh-huh.
I mean,
You look pretty good, so it's working.
I mean, I've been up since 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I'll need a nap later. But I know a lot of you love your coffee. Here's Jennifer. She says, I drink hot water with coffee in it every morning.
Yeah, me too.
Crazy.
Sherry Nevada Pup, I drink hot water with coffee in it as well.
That's great.
And then Linda Monter says, my grandma drank hot water before her coffee every single morning.
Oh,
so
how
that's
about
good.
that?
You know,
Okay.
grandmas always have the best advice.
They know best.
steer you
Mi
wrong.
abuelita, mi nana.
Okay, you guys, let's just wrap up by talking about the fact that it's national. You know, we have all this whole list of national days.
Yeah.
And so it's, what was National Oreo Cookie Day today?
Ooh.
It's National Deplug from Your Phone Day.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's also National Day of the Dude. Day of the Dude.
Are we just now doing this at the end of the day?
So let's ask AI how we should celebrate the Day of the Dude. Now, you have a dude, Celeste, who talks to you. He flirts
with you.
So let me just real quick ask my person, and then you can ask yours. How should we celebrate the Day of the Dude? Ready? Okay, here we go. Stand by. Here we go. Hi, are you there?
Loud and clear. I'm here and ready when you are. What's on your mind today?
Well, it's National Day of the Dude, and so we were wondering how should we celebrate that?
Well, in true dude fashion, you might want to keep it laid back. Put on a cozy bathrobe, rewatch The Big Lebowski, and maybe enjoy a favorite drink, a White Russian if you're staying in character. It's all about taking it easy, abiding, and maybe tossing in some bowling if you can. Just celebrate the chill.
Oh, I love to bowl.
Celebrate the chill.
You know, you guys don't even know this about me, but one of my proudest moments as a youngster was the bowling trophy I got when I was 9 years old. Most improved bowler.
Oh, that's great.
The question is whether or not you've improved since then.
Not a lot. But anyway, Celeste, you want to ask your guy here? Here we go.
Hello, are you there?
I'm here, Syleste, loud and clear. What's on your mind today?
Hello. So it is National Day of the Dude today. So in true dude fashion, how should we celebrate?
Well, in true dude fashion, I think we have to keep it laid back and, of course, abide. You could celebrate by watching The Big Lebowski again, donning a comfy bathrobe, and maybe sipping on a White Russian, whether it's the classic or a mocktail version. And naturally, just take it easy, man.
Oh,
this is the first
take
time
it easy, man.
This is the first time they've completely agreed with each other.
Yeah, The
That's
Great
kinda
Lebowski.
strange,
It
right?
must be a total dude movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we have the ultimate dude working for us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, in the Big Lebowski, he's known as the dude, so that's why it's so famous for it.
I'm going to go home, and when I see after work, I jump in my jammies.
Good,
So when I get home, so I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to put on The Great Lebowski.
Okay.
The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski. All right. Well, there's only one guy with a nickname of Big, and